guys, listen up. Like, I got to tell you that right now I'm sitting in one of my most favorite places on planet Earth. I'm down at Lake Powell. Right now I'm just at the Marriott Hotel, just a little bit away from the beach, where I'm hanging out in my RV with my family, my sister, my dad, and also my travel companion and dogs, and just having the best time of my life. And I'm just going to say that, like, when I think back to what my life was like prior to USANA, it wasn't anything like this. I was living. Didn't have a future ahead of me. I realized that I was going to continue to work like crazy amount of hours. I had even multiple jobs beyond the carpet work as well. And I was really a workaholic. By the time I was in my early 20s, I was burned out, and I was desperately looking for something else. I was looking for something that I could invest in myself, that I could grow, and I could be more healthy as well. I desperately needed that. And today I'm like, I can't believe I'm not going to tell you the age I'm turning next month. I still feel like I'm realistically in my mid-30s. I still act like I'm probably in my mid-20s, but I'm just having the time of my life. But my health has never been better. I feel fantastic, and it all is due to this amazing company with USANA. As we get started, I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and mute your video cameras, just so it's not distracting to anybody else as I move into the work from home presentation. So just make sure that you're all muted. And then also go ahead and mute your camera, just so that way we don't have any distractions going on here. So, if someone would have told me that I would be building and growing not only just a side hustle business, but eventually something that grew into such a massive global worldwide organization and has changed so many people's lives, I would have said that no way, that would never be me. I would have never thought that I'd be on Zoom doing a presentation like this, either in social media or have that type of influence. In fact, eventually the last big speaking engagement that I had was with literally over 20,000 people, sold out to the Las Vegas Convention Center. Tony Robbins was on stage with me as well the night before. We had 23,000 people streaming. So that was 43,000 people. Now, of course, we can create an atmosphere where we can reach out to people on Zoom and be able to connect with people from all over the world, all over the globe, and actually grow business and actually catch the wave of momentum that's being created by the additional interest in not only our immune boosting products, immune support products, but of course the need for home-based business. So I'm just going to ask one more time for the new people coming on, just make sure that you are muting your video. Just that way we don't have any distractions as I click over here, and I'm going to start sharing my PowerPoint presentation here. All right, so here we go. USANA lifestyle. Realistically, you're already hearing about my life and how things have changed already. But this is about, realistically, the masses of people that have been influenced and touched by USANA all over the globe, literally over 25 countries, which you're going to be hearing about. We're a $1 billion company now out there in the world. And we have no signs of slowing down. Things are moving at a very fast speed, and you're going to have some big opportunities here to capitalize off this. Now, let me just say that our biggest challenges out there, and when you think about it, it's going to be money. People can't really move too far without money, right? You've got to have it to be able to survive. People that are out of work right now, they're out of their jobs or have been unemployed because of some of the huge challenges that we've been facing around the pandemic. Time is a challenge. People are always striving to have more quality time, right? And without health, what else do we have? We don't have anything if we don't have health, right? We focus in on money. The world is definitely changing. The whole economic landscape. People are moving now more to, and this was even before the breakout of COVID and the pandemic, we already had huge, major changes and paradigm shifts in the way that people are doing business. And we see that with social media influence, but these large companies like Amazon doing incredibly well out in the marketplace. And it's all about letting people buy direct from these large companies, right? Direct from either manufacturers or being a distributor to be able to come in between. You take a look at the growth that Amazon had. Look at the bottom here compared to all these other traditional retail stores that don't have any kind of growth, like not even close to Walmart, but let alone what's happening with Amazon. People are looking to be able to get things convenient. They're being able to look to be able to order and have it delivered right to them as well. That convenience we've been talking about in our direct selling industry and even with USANA now for over 20 years, that it is a reality. It is like everyone is doing it. Everyone wants in on it. The other thing is that as social media has continued to become such a massive, explosive tool in marketing, right? And you cannot deny it. And literally you see all these major names that are now being paid by major companies to be able to influence their product and be influenced buyers way more than what's even being advertised on TV or radio anymore. It's all about social media and influencers. And guess what? You're an influencer too. Even when you have just maybe a few people following you on social media, guess what? You're still influencing them. Posts that you decide to make, whether you're at home using a particular product, or whether you're out and about going to a certain restaurant and now you've tagged being at that restaurant, that is doing marketing for that restaurant, right? And you have a fantastic food that you've got from somewhere, or you've watched a great movie and maybe you did a little post about that. That is advertising. That is influencing. And all of you are an influencer, no matter how big of a following that you already have. Who would have ever thought that somebody like Kylie Jenner, someone that's been built through being, literally just a social media influencer, and yet she's become the first huge billionaire at only 21 years of age. Who would have ever thought that was going to happen? 10 years ago? No way. Or even 5 years ago? No way. This is going to continue to happen more and more and more as the whole economic landscape is absolutely changing. People have options for going out and earning money and to be able to survive out there. We know that. Life is about options. But when you're self-employed, for example, in the lower left here as an Uber driver or other types of businesses, you're still married to that business. And often you're not being able to duplicate yourself. You're not being able to leverage yourself. Some people still find amazing jobs up here in the upper left corner, and that's great. Some people are very career-focused, and there's nothing wrong with getting great college degrees and having something that you really are happy about building and growing. With investing, I can say it's still so scary. You see people go up and down in investments all the time, especially what's happened during the pandemic. It goes to show that this can be problematic. You never know what can happen, whether it's a huge tragedy out there, whether it's a virus, whether it's a terrorist attack. These things can all play havoc on investing and where the stock market is and real estate is at. But take a look at owning your own business, especially as what we do here with USANA. When you own your own business and you can learn to brand yourself, you can now start to leverage time. And this is so important to understand. It's better to have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own. That's what J. Paul Getty says and a lot of other successful entrepreneurs. When you think about this, there's only so many hours you have in the day, 24 hours. Everyone has the same 24 hours in their billfold, right? And sometimes you're like, wait, where do I find the extra time to even do things? And how do I fit that in the cracks of my life? Well, when you think about just you as an individual trying to be successful and to create the wealth that you need to have a retirement at a proper age and to be able to feel secure, boy, that's a lot of work. In fact, if you take a look at just the leveraging factor of yourself working 50 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, so 2 weeks vacation, and 2,500 hours, that's for 40 years, that's 100,000 hours. But if you had a team of 10 only doing 5 hours per week, take a look at the duplication of this. You can still reach 100,000 hours worth of work with literally only 4 years, not 40 years. See the difference? It's crazy when you think about this. Now, on the last challenge here, health, we all know this is critical. People have this on their mind, don't they? The health and wellness industry is growing at light speed. It continues to be so solid and so strong, way bigger than the tech industry, way bigger than the entertainment industry. And of course, we know that it's not going to slow down. The wellness, when you think of people wanting to take a more proactive approach on their health, maintain their healthy immune system, be able to be definitely more prepared when something like the pandemic has happened or there's a challenge out there that is affecting a lot of people. You know what? This is so critical to be involved in the health and wellness industry, and we're making a difference out there. It is totally mainstream. And people don't need to be convinced that they're not getting all the nutrition they need, too, from just traditional store-bought fruits and vegetables and foods. In fact, let's first show here with studies that 78% of people that are age 35 and above are already taking supplements. They don't need to be convinced. They're already doing it. So, wow. When you think about that amount of people all using supplementation, this is huge. This is massive. Like almost everyone you talk to, everyone you bump into and meet, they're already taking supplements. They don't need to be convinced to take them. The challenge is that the FDA doesn't regulate supplement manufacturing to a pharmaceutical grade or need to prove potency or even have to go through any kind of pharmaceutical guidelines. See, it's basically an agricultural food here in the United States. Well, this is a big challenge. Most people that take supplements, there's not enough potency in there. There's ingredients that aren't disclosed. And this is exactly what Dr. Myron Wentz, our founder, who's a microbiologist and immunologist, also learned and was shocked by way back in the early 70s. See, Dr. Myron Wentz was focused on growing human cells in vitro outside of the body in a place called Gold Laboratories that he began in 1974. And he developed the first test kit to accurately diagnose viral and infectious disease known as the Epstein-Barr virus test kit in 1974. How did he do that? Well, he's growing human cells in vitro, being able to inject disease into the cells, but he had to keep the cells alive. To do that, no other scientist had figured out those nutrient combinations of our actual cells to keep them high and keep the immune system up, except for Dr. Wentz. Because he was so successful at that, he continued to develop new test kits and to basically control the market share. Over 60% of the market share around the world was all Gold Laboratory products that were being marketed and used effectively in hospital clinics and doctors and hospital clinics all over the world. This will actually show that Gold Laboratories, this medical diagnostic technology that was going on there is still there today. But I got to say that by the time that this had got to about in the early 90s, Dr. Myron Wentz was testing and looking at other supplements or just supplements in general out in the marketplace and was completely shocked when he learned that the FDA doesn't regulate these things. And this is why Dr. Wentz decided to start USANA, which was a spinoff of Gold Laboratories. He sold his controlling interest in Gold Laboratories for over $20 million. And decided to go full force in USANA. USANA stands for True Health in the Greek and Latin language. And the focus here at USANA was to provide the highest quality ingredients that money could buy and be formulated at the most advanced levels. That would be bioavailable, they'd be balanced at the human cell level, and he would bring the FDA in to regulate the manufacturing as if they were making penicillin or a pharmaceutical drug. So basically being GMP certified. No other company had ever done that I'm aware of. We were the first one to do it, and still today we have all those certificates. We even bring in the TGAs and FDAs of other countries to our facilities in Salt Lake City, Utah, to regulate them to a pharmaceutical grade or a medicine grade in a lot of the other countries as well. We have another sister facility that Dr. Wentz started down in Rosarito, Mexico, called Sano Vive. It's an incredible medical institute. You should do your homework on it. It's absolutely amazing. I've been going there since 1999. I got to say that Dr. Wentz is an incredible man. This individual has achieved so much and has helped our company grow so much. And where he is positioned today is as if he's had a Nobel Prize in the science community, and that is the Albert Einstein Award for Outstanding Achievement in Life Sciences. That was awarded to him in 2007. Pretty exciting stuff. We're also very focused on helping and giving back with our True Health Foundation. This is a big part of USANA, and we're continuing to grow in leaps and bounds in lots of countries. In fact, back up here. We're in over 25 countries. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, we're $1 billion in sales, and we're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So you can do your own homework and basically see what it is that I'm talking about. I've actually had a chance. I was thinking, how would it be to actually have business in another country, right? Like, what would that be like to be able to have business in Australia and then be able to go visit there once and be able to hang out with your team or your new friends that now are part of your business there? That's exactly what happened to me. I had never traveled anywhere outside of going to Disneyland from Utah, maybe when I was really young. But outside of that, I'd never really been on a plane, never been to an international market. Now I can say I've been to almost all of these markets. In fact, there might be 2 on the list here that I haven't been to. All the rest I've been to, and it's just been awesome. Not only growing business in these markets, but of course building friendships, traveling for fun as well. And we are seamless. You can build wherever you want, and the volume comes up through the tree the same way. In fact, I'll say that over in the Philippines is one of the strongest, fastest growing markets. And it's crazy. They've been on the most strict guidelines almost in the globe on the pandemic, and yet they've just shifted to doing Zooms, creating communities. They're such hard workers. I'm so proud of them. But realistically, I've got people that are very strong in a lot of these different markets and continuing to just have a lot of fun. We're just started a new leg I'm building in Singapore. And I'm just going to say that there's tremendous amount of documentation that USANA is the best of the best. The more that you look at these accolades, you're going to be blown away. Like, they're everywhere. We have Olympic athletes, just elite and Olympic athletes alone are in the thousands that only trust their health to USANA. We have a guarantee on our products. It guarantees it's within limitation, within $1 million to prove that there would be nothing that could hurt them in our products as far as in any of the testing they have to go through for banned substances. So, I mean, the credibility we have is amazing. Dr. Oz uses USANA products just like all of us. And he's talking about it on his show. I've been on his show. We have many of our scientists that have been on his show. Now his show is being done from his home, his basement. But I mean, back when it was in New York City, it was just great seeing, all of the different athletes and all the scientists that have come about from USANA to be part of that and to be able to really make a difference and awareness out there. So you'll now be able to capitalize on that, becoming a USANA associate and having that, being able to, take in on that credibility. All right, we have our main essentials here that I'm going to talk about. Some people say, do we really need these? Or what would I have to do to go out and get this? You absolutely need these. We would have to go out and eat over 22,000 calories, but we would have to be, you take a look at this: 5 chicken breasts, 18 oranges, 44 large eggs. Baked cod every single day. Look at 2-pound bag of sunflower seeds and quart of corn oil. 4.3 cups of cooked spinach. These are just examples of what it would take to get what's inside our daily dosages of our Vita antioxidant and our core minerals, which is our cell essentials. When I began looking at USANA, and this is a long time ago, over 20 years ago, I went out to GNC stores and tried to buy all these different brands and then add up all of the ingredients to see what would equal inside our essentials back then. This is 20 years ago. I spent over $250 on all these different products to get what ingredients. I still had the ingredients in our essentials that weren't in those. And we use the highest quality ingredients that money can buy from all over the world. So ours is the best of the best, but still, back then, $250. Our cell essentials back then was $53. And still today, our cell essentials is $53. So it has not gone up with inflation over time. We're committed to be manufactured direct. We do our own manufacturing on all of this. And our supply chains are full, are completely in order so that you get what you can trust what's on the labels inside the bottle, and it's going to work. Most people have higher energy levels, better sleeping patterns. They really notice the difference using our cell essentials as our foundational system. I'll tell you something else that's part of our cell essentials and many of our optimizers is cell signaling technology. This is something that no other company has, and we have a patent on it here in the U.S., so this is awesome. Like, literally what this does is goes in, and it's the communicator within our cells to help these ingredients coming in, these phytonutrients, antioxidants, minerals, and for them to communicate properly with the cells so that it can absorb and utilize the most amount of maximum potency and create an optimum result within the cells in your body. It's amazing. If you Google and study some of the videos we have, even on our YouTube channel, for example, that have to do with our cell essentials and our cell signaling technology, Intelligence is the name of it, you'll be blown away. It's really exciting to hear our scientists explain it. Okay, sorry. Let's talk a little bit about, as we go into a little further beyond just our cell essentials. Depending on what your health needs are, for me, my belief level has gone up and up and up throughout the years of using USANA. I use pretty much everything that's available, except for some of the women products like the phytoestrogen or a couple of those, or the children, prenatal or children, of course. But everything else, I absolutely love. I'm going to tell you that we have this digestive enzyme that you take with every meal, and this helps for your body to start getting your digestive enzymes ready to go and your stomach ready to absorb, and you digest food better on every single meal. We have our probiotics, which is a tasteless little white packet of formula that is fantastic at putting healthy bacteria into your stomach and your digestive system, balancing out the unhealthy bacteria. You got to have this. This boosts your immune system, maintains your immune system. We also have another product that's in the digestive category here called Hepasil. You see it here in the green label up front. The reason why I like talking about that is because, guys, this is a tough one, but when you have failing health and degenerative disease can hit us, it's all about lifestyle choices. We also have hereditary things that can happen that also create degenerative disease, but primarily it's these lifestyle choices. And sometimes they're chemicals, sometimes they're metals that get in our body, pollutants, toxins, they're all around us. And my mom was one of the ones that fall victim to a lot of that and a lot of toxins that came into her life. And unfortunately, at the age of only 49, almost the age I'm going to be, she passed away from her liver finally giving out on her in the end. Our Hepasil DTX is a product that has a hybrid technology. It's the most potent and most advanced liver support technology in the world. I use that religiously every single day, as you can imagine. It's really important to me. And anybody that's just out there and about in life, even if you're trying to avoid chemicals and you're trying to eat organic and you're trying to avoid toxins, it's still around you all the time. So Hepasil is a great one. Proflavanol is a grape seed extract. It's a high potent antioxidant. This comes from the proanthocyanidin within the grape. It is so powerful. It makes a huge difference in repairing cells and also feeling great after workouts, after your muscles have been torn down. It helps to also regulate your blood vessels or your blood flow in your vessels, your cardiovascular system. All of our athletes are on proflavanol. If you have a pain, ache, or like a pinched nerve in my shoulder that I had when I began, take proflavanol. I can't tell you that proflavanol is going to cure something. This is not about a cure. We're not prescribing anything. But anyone that you know that has any kind of a health issue, they should be on proflavanol, our cell essentials and proflavanol, and just see what it does. We have a fish oil product, which we know is very important for brain support, for helping to maintain our cholesterol levels, blood pressure levels. Ours is the best out there. It's a Biomega. We have Percosa and Proglucamine for joints in our body. And so for those that are struggling with arthritis or have pains and aches and joint pain, you need our products. You need these extra optimizers to help support that and to be able to help you feel good. We have a Pure Rest product, which helps you sleep awesome at night. It's the best. When I take it, I'm out and I have the best dreams. You've got to have our Pure Rest. We also have a new mood support product line. So we actually have a stress relief tablet that is powerful, and people have been having amazing results with it already. We also have a calming balm that you put on certain areas and on your skin and your body, and it's amazing. You have instant results with it calming and making a difference, and especially during so much of this uncertainty for a lot of other people out there and a lot of things going on in people's lives and relationship problems and all this stuff going on. Our mood support products are magical. They're amazing. So in addition to having our regular cell essentials and then you add optimizers, you can have a health pack. So our health pack includes the Cell Essentials and a couple of our key optimizers. You pay a little bit more for the convenience and you open up the pack. You can also have a customized My Health Pack. So you can design exactly what you want on your online interface, and then it comes printed with your name on your pack. That's the My Health Pack. I love them. I got to have them all the time. So we also have, thank heavens, macro foods too. So healthy shakes, Nutrimills, bars. We have this bio bar, a whole bio bar that is biome bar, that is microbiome bar. That is absolutely delicious. I got to have it every day. But I'll take like my whey shake, smart shake. I'll add an additional whey protein and then put, some other type of flavor, whether they're berries or something else in there, mix it up in my Ninja. Oh my gosh, it's the best. But we have a number of different things that are available here. We also have our 5-day reset cleanse. It comes in a kit. And this is all about breaking high glycemic food addiction. So getting low glycemic foods into your body, getting you away from eating anything to do with like white rice, white bread, pasta, soda pop, potato chips. These things all spike blood sugar levels faster than putting raw sugar right on your tongue. So when your insulin is spiked like this, what it does is it's a fat storage hormone, and it creates obesity, but also creates diabetes over time. So we have to learn to control that and be able to be craving low glycemic foods. And all of ours are low glycemic certified. Go through our 5-day reset. Most people are going to lose 5 to 10 pounds, but most importantly, you're going to reset your system, and you're going to be craving low glycemic healthy foods. We have a Rev 3 energy drink, which is fantastic, a pomegranate flavor, and surge packs you can put into water. Gives you great energy without the crash. All the other energy takes you right down. Ours doesn't. It continues to keep you going without that crash. We have our CellaVie skincare products, which is second to none. The most advanced products in the world. There's no chemicals in here. They're a self-preserving technology. We don't even have parabens in here. This is a step-by-step facial system. I use it every morning and every night. I can't go a day without it. It's amazing. And also when we have a scrub. It's a charcoal scrub. You're going to notice it here is the main bottle on this page. It's the best. Like it literally, people talk about how your skin looks after just using this one time. I know Jen's actually here on the webinar with us, and she's got a sip and scrub event right after this one that she's going to be teaming up and part of, and some of you are going to be part of that as well. But, she talks about her testimony all the time about after just using it initially was blown away at the results that she was getting. Everyone loves CellaVie. We also have our body care system, so shampoo, conditioners, shower gels. This is all chemical-free, healthy for the skin. We have our brightening toothpaste. It's natural, tastes fantastic, and it works. You're actually going to see people that, you'll see results, when you're using our oral care. We also have a probiotic tablet that you chew after you've used the toothpaste, and you have fantastic breath. So your partner is going to love you too. Use our oral care. We're listed in the physician's desk reference, CPS. Our doctors are already recommending this to their patients, and your doctor will already be able to look in there and see that a number of our products are actually in here. Do you know how unique that is? Other companies in the supplement industry, they don't have that. I hope everyone realizes that we have the most advanced science going on in the world with our products. We have collaborations with the Cardiology Research Center in Moscow, Russia. We are working with the Linus Pauling Institute. They were some of the biggest and most advanced in the world with antioxidants. Linus Pauling was one of Dr. Wentz's mentors. And when he passed, he took on that research and started to fund that facility. We've been able to do collaborations back and forth. It's been amazing. Of course, we have our own institute down in Mexico with Sonaviv. We have double-blind studies that are being done right now on our products with actual placebos. And as these get published and are available, you're going to be blown away. Our chief scientific officer, Rob Sinnott, says he hires every available scientist to work for USANA. There is not a scientist out there that is looking for employment that we haven't hired already. We are continuing to grow. We're continuing to put a huge focus on the future and have products that are ready to go to be rolled out over and over as we evolve over time. Very, very critical. There's not another company in the world that is that focused. All right. So if you were going to want to use the highest quality products like this, and you went to a traditional store or retail outlet such as a GNC store, which still wouldn't have all these other products that we have that are all highly consumable, that you use and you get brand loyalty every single month, and you become a prosumer. You're buying products out there anyways, so why not buy from USANA? But if you went to a traditional retail store, would there be a person like me that takes you aside and explains to you all the detail that I just did over the past 30 minutes? It's not going to happen, right? So you've learned about more of the science, about more of an overview of our products than any time you'd ever walk into a store. Dr. Myron Wentz knew this. He knew that these products were so unique, he didn't want to have them sit on a shelf supermarket store or just on any web page compared to another web page. He wanted people to be involved in this process, people that would love and enjoy the products and see results for themselves. And then if you wanted to recommend that to others, you have a personal experience, right? You have people that do trust what your recommendations are. If you have something fantastic that's working for you, people will notice that. They'll ask about that. You can refer people to just use our products if you just want to be a preferred customer, and you can get credit towards your product being free. If that's all you want to do, and you can get your products for free. But if you want to get serious about creating a side hustle and another part-time strong stream of income, and eventually earning potentially a six-figure income, or even, do you know that there are people that earn seven-figure incomes and commissions? And what if I told you I'm one of those people that had a massive goal, worked my butt off in this business, duplicated, built in other countries, had so much fun, but eventually had built my business to over a seven-figure income? That does not mean that everyone's going to go out and do this. This requires work. It requires focus. And the larger amount of commissions and bonuses that you want to earn, the bigger your focus has to be. There is no free lunch, but we do use this process of duplication and leverage. And that is what allows you to do things that are impossible almost to do in other types of businesses compared to what you can do here in USANA. Keep in mind, you can go to USANAincome.com for the complete averages of what the average associate earns. Keep in mind, most associates are not out there growing a business. They're just using the product. They get lumped into that category. But as I mentioned, you can just get your products for free by just getting credits coming back to you by the company. But you can also just become an associate for $9.95 and just enroll customers. And preferred customers are free to enroll and earn commissions off of that, up to 10% per business center. And if you start with more than one business center, guess what? You earn up to 20% on all of your preferred customers and associates and anyone using product. They can go to your website and order. In fact, people can go to your website that you'll get with USANA and order anytime. In fact, they might have heard about it from Dr. Oz show or something else or some other Olympic campaign and go to your site and make an order, even though they don't even know you. So they can't go directly to the company. They're going to go through one of us. They're going to attach somewhere within the system. So you can also step it up, put in more work, more duplication into this. Treat this thing more serious and potentially have a solid side hustle business. And this is only talking about customers and then realistically just having some people help with a little bit of duplication here. I've seen this can grow much faster than what you think. In fact, this type of income, I was at this within just a couple of months. I have a new person. Actually, I was at this within a couple of weeks. But I have a new person that's been working on the business out of the Philippines that is far past this in only 2 months' time and actually reached this in only 2 months' time. Part-time income. Part-time income is about $24,000 a year. We'll show here. And this is all about having people on your left branch and your right branch of the business center. You earn up to, like I said, 10% earlier. Payout is 10%. But if you do a 3-business center and you're focused at least on 4 legs, then that doubles because you're getting paid in multiple positions. We have a compensation plan video that explains all of this in detail. So if you want to learn more about it, you can. It's not a problem. Make sure you ask the person who invited you to our Zoom so they can send you over a link and get you to our compensation showcase and check out more details on our compensation. Full-time income, wow, $100,000 a year or more. There's a lot of people that would love to have this extra type of income coming into their life. In fact, this is not an investment. I get it. We're getting paid as a percentage of volume from customers and associates and products. But I want you to think, if you had to have money in the bank yielding $100,000 a year income at only 5% interest, that would be $1 million in the bank. So technically, I personally like to look at, for every $100,000 a year, that'd be $2 million in the bank, because realistically only $52,000 a year would be a 5% payout on that. So this would be $2 million type of nest egg that you're sitting on. And as that continues to grow, you get to $200,000 a year. That's like a $4 million nest egg that you're sitting on. So it also doesn't go up and down with what's happening because of our economy. So typically when things are, go down in terms of stocks, bonds, and real estate, everything still stays so strong in our type of business. In fact, sometimes even better opportunities, because people are looking for ways they can support themselves from home and help make up of their income that they may have lost. So here, wrapping up at the end, let me just say that everyone puts in whatever they want to get out of this. You're overworked and underpaid in the beginning if you're going to build it as a home-based business, right? Or a work from anywhere business. But I have seen people from all walks of life be incredibly successful at this, meaning that your background, such as your age, your educational setting, your ethnic background, what your financial condition is, those types of things, college degree, those things, those traditional obstacles, they do not matter in our business model. All those traditional barriers are gone. And with us, you have a chance to come in a turnkey operation, be supported, that we have things happening all the time on Zoom. We have these every Tuesday night. It'll either be me or Jared doing these, or Crystal Krebs. And then we have every Thursday night another Zoom like this too, by various other top presenters. We have a training every Saturday. We have a community sip and scrub event with Cellivate products too, which is fantastic, which starts actually in about 25 minutes from now. We have amazing people wanting to work with you and help you grow your business. So whoever invited you to this, you're not in this by yourself. You're in this with someone else, a team member that you're going to be working with, or an upline team support that you're connected with. And I'm looking at testimonials all the time. I've got a testimonial that just came through. I don't know if Gwen's actually on our Zoom right now, but she had sent me this survey. She says, "Sorry, I've been out of touch for a little while. Thank you so much for referring me. I just got to talk to Jen, and I had the vitamins in my box and didn't get a chance to open until last week when I talked to Jen. She motivated me. I wanted to stay healthy, and the pack is amazing. I take it in the morning, at night. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. I feel good. No pain or aches on my body." That's after a week of using our health pack. She didn't need to write this to me. This is just one of our newest associates that started using her health pack. This works. This is about positively influencing people. People simply just need to take it as directed, take as much of USANA as you possibly can, redirect your spending. Instead of buying other products out there, buy USANA, and other people duplicate it and do the same. I want you to think, if you end up just wanting to come on board and be a customer or a referral, that's fine. You might want to refer someone else to this if it's not for you. We still want to hear from you. We want to be able to help you use the product. They have a 100% money back guarantee. If you're a number 2 type of person here, you're interested and you've got questions. And as we wrap up here on the interested in questions, let me just say that there's so many resources and information available. You just need to stay connected with the person who invited you and let them know you're in number 2 right away. Message them, chat with them here, call them right after the Zoom, and let them know that you're interested and that you need to learn more. Don't wait. Cover all this while it's fresh on your mind. If you're the number 3rd person here, let's get to training. I like to call this as a David person. David's actually on the webinar right now in the Zoom. And when I was talking to him for the first time, for only about 20 minutes, he was like, "I'm ready to go. I want to join. Here's my credit card," right over the phone. I'm ready to do this. He hadn't seen a presentation like this. He had not gone through compensation amount information. He hasn't gone through the product, had never tried the product. And he's like, "I want to get started. I want to get started with one of those activation packs immediately." And he activated a 3 business center. So this is what I encourage you to do. if you're a David person and you're ready to get started, or even if you're just interested and have questions, realize we have 4 great packs to get started, and this gets you this 20% earnings right out of the gate, and also savings of 20% on buying of the product in one of these packs. So we have various different packs here. They're all going to be $280, and then a $10 welcome kit, and then it's free shipping as well. So these are fantastic ways to get started. You can also just customize and add more things to your order. You don't have to just order this. Shoot, I have friends of mine that started major fast food franchises like Taco Bell and Subway and Starbucks coffee. And, you know, each one of those, it costs them tens of thousands, and in some cases hundreds of thousands to get those businesses up and running. And yet, my USANA business is way more successful and profitable than a lot of those are, and they're only a fraction of this. However, sometimes we can take a look at the low barrier of entrance on here that, you know, is this legit? Are we really spending enough money to really start a legitimate turnkey business that, really for only a couple $100, less than half the price of a new cell phone or you know, an iPhone or whatnot, or Galaxy? Well, I just want you to know you can add more. You can even do our deluxe pack, which is $570. You can add that to one of the other packs if you want, or you can jump up to the ultimate pack, which is $740, gives you a bigger assortment of products. Or you might even find that you want to get your spouse and your partner on the products too. And so you go ahead and buy an activation pack for each one of you, maybe also for if you have any children that are 18 or older, and you can start to build your structure with your family as you get started and actually have enough products for everybody to use, to have everyone start sampling. And so what? You're into the business $1,000, maybe $2,000 if you want, but it's still far less money than what most people are going out there and spending on any other type of business out there. And these are all products that you're going to love and use. So you get started, again, with as little as a 200-point activation pack at the 280 value like we were talking about, and you can keep adding more if you want. It's totally up to you. So when you think about deciding to make this decision and what your journey is going to be like, imagine for a moment by fitting USANA into the cracks of your life, and in 2 or 3 years from now, fitting USANA in the cracks of your life and making it a serious side hustle type of thing, it'll grow. Be teachable, follow our system, work with us. And for those that do that, I think their life is going to be absolutely changed. For those that don't do that, and you choose not to do that, but you still followed those people on social media and you saw what their USANA new lifestyle looked like in 2 to 3 years down the road, can you imagine what that'll feel like if you're one of those that decided to pass on this opportunity right now and to not do it, but then you went on to see other people do it? I've had so many of my contacts that saw that happen. They saw it happen with me. They saw it happen with others that they know. And it's not the greatest feeling, right? If you're going to do this, you should do it now. You should take advantage of the opportunity now. There's nothing to lose. It's 100% money back guarantee on the product if you don't like those. Put in some time, put in some effort, because then you'll never have that question of whether or not you should have tried it and got positioned or not, right? And so you're growing with everyone else rather than looking at 2 years or 3 years down the road going, oh, well, they made it, but I probably would get started. Maybe I wouldn't do it, or maybe I won't want to do it then. So you should definitely catch the vision, catch the train now, and get started using USANA. Get involved, immerse yourself. So get back to the person who invited you. Let them know if you just want to be a customer, whether if you just got questions, or if you're ready to get started. And then I'll open up here for a couple of questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen sharing for the recording.
Yeah, hello, Jeremy. This is Harif. I have a question. I think a slide before this one that we are seeing right now, it talks about the part-time income. Could you explain to us what the part-time income looks like when a USANA structure or a good structured business?
You know, I think that with every part-time type of business, it all still ends up being what you see that as a part-time level to be, right? So some people, it's very variable. You know, it's very variable. I have some people that put in 2 hours a week into their USANA business. Literally 2 hours a week. They invite some people to a Zoom, and then they end up on a Zoom webinar, and they start growing their business. Or it was a lunch meeting that they ended up going after, and that worked for them too. And they end up just generating a couple $100 a week in commission. And I know some of them that eventually that commission eventually goes to $1,000 a week over years of that compounding and leveraging. And that can still just be a part-time income for them because maybe they already earn a lot more than that in life in other types of businesses or careers. Where you might have someone else that looks at a part-time income being, $500 to $1,000 a week, and eventually that ends up being as much money as they're making in a full-time job or something right now. So it just depends on what what each person wants to look at. And of course, if you have realistically a key person on your left side and a key person on your right side of your business center, and they're excited and growing, you're going to start hitting that part-time income much faster. If you're just enrolling customers, which is great, there's nothing wrong with that, you just don't have as much duplication to create the growth and the speed at being able to generate that part-time income. But everything we do by Friday, we get paid on the following Friday. So everything we do. So, I hope that answered your question. What other questions do you guys have? Let's see if I can take a look at my chat here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Okay, how do associates tap into the trainings on Saturdays? All right, that's a great question. So what happens is on Saturdays, and even throughout the week, we have other Zoom presentations, even by athletes and by sometimes our scientists. But every Saturday we have a training event as well that's being promoted on our U.S. Associates community page on Facebook. So if you're a U.S. associate, or if you're building in the U.S. or have prospects in the U.S. you want to build in your team, then you can subscribe to that Facebook list, and they'll accept you through to be part of that private group. There's also private groups with your upline that's part of on the Zoom too. So make sure you ask them, what Facebook groups they can plug into, and that's where all of these presentations and Zooms are promoted. So you don't miss them as long as you're following those groups and turn on your notifications for those groups as well. All right, any other questions for me? All right. Okay, well, thank you so much for all joining in. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night. We'll see you all on the Thursday Zoom, and then next Tuesday back on here again with Jared Krebs. All right, everyone, have a great evening.